Okay, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, so Bern Paraiso's here. She said, do you get nervous when I show up late? And when I don't show up, I said, no, I get disappointed. And she looked like she didn't believe me, Rhonda. She doesn't believe me. I'm disappointed.
Well, I am glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Good morning, Bern. How you doing?
I feel really good this morning.
I was telling you off the air that I went to a doctor because I'm putting up with something on my leg, and they asked, it's a leg thing, and they asked me if I had a colonoscopy. I thought, well, isn't that a crazy question for a leg thing?
Well, I was wondering, did they ask you how old are you first?
Well, it's on the paper.
Probably, because now it's like screening.
I think it's on the paper. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you feel better.
Well, you look good. You feel good?
Thank you. I do. I
Good.
was awake 5:30, and I was already running all over town.
If you went to get a colonoscopy, you could take a 45-minute nap.
Exactly.
Didn't you tell me you go to sleep for 45 minutes when you get that procedure done?
45 minutes or less.
Or less?
Maybe, yeah. It depends.
Well, let me
on
sleep
your
the whole
turn.
time.
Well, you can.
Don't wake me up early. Just cover my butt when you're done.
You do need to wake up. Well, good morning, Ocala. It's another beautiful sunny Monday here.
Yes, it is.
And it is gorgeous here at WOCA. It feels really good to be with Larry and Robin.
Yes.
It is. And let me greet a couple of real good friends, special friends that are celebrating their children. Let me see. I have two that are, turning 1 year old. I wasn't sure. Happy birthday to Thalia Luna Wilson. She's turning 1, and also to Gavin Coe, Dr. Coe's son, this weekend. So advance happy birthday. We have a few days before that. And Nurses Day is coming up May the 6th. Nurses Day.
Nurses Day.
And I missed the Doctor's Day, March 30. I was so busy.
March 30th. Oh,
30th, and
yeah.
I was so busy promoting the, the Colorectal Awareness Month.
Right.
And then we also have Administratives Day, which is April 26th. And before I move on, last call for Phenomenal Woman. That is this coming Saturday at 3 o'clock, $25 a person. And that comes with hors d'oeuvres and fashion show, and we have speakers that will be speaking about how you can get your rest, R-E-S-T. So Phenomenal Woman, you can call 687-0350 to reserve your seat. This morning, I believe we have Dr. Brian Cragen. Do we have him on?
No, hasn't called in yet. No.
All right, so 9:08.
Do you want me to call him?
I'm watching.
If you
Can we call?
Yeah, if you hand Robin the phone number, she'll call.
Sure. I'm pretty sure. I wonder.
There you go. So it's
Let
Robin
me see
again.
what else. And I had a chat with.
Is that 481?
Yes. Thank you. I had a chat with the Central Florida Endoscopy Center, the gastroenterology supervisor, Doug Monteith, and last week was a very smooth week. That means that they were busy, but nothing alarming.
Oh, good.
In other words,
Good.
probably most of the colon screenings that were performed, it was negative, which is really good. So
That's
we
good,
are
yeah.
taking care of our neighborhood.
Yeah.
A lot of colon screening.
That caller you had last week, I think it was, who said that you encouraged him to get the screening
Exactly. Well,
and saved his life.
he emailed me and he called me, and I encourage everyone to email me, or if you have any question, because I am able to reach out a gastroenterologist to address the question, and then I'll get back with you right away. So we don't have yet.
Robin's trying to get him.
So thank you, Doug Monteith, for your time spending with me last Friday.
So I handed you an article just while we're waiting for Robin to get
Sure.
the doctor on. And it says that in the future, or maybe we already have it, I'm not really sure what it said now. It's been a week since I read it. But there will be a pill that you take that actually has a camera and a light. And while it makes its way through your digestive tract, it takes pictures the same way the colonoscopy thing works, right?
I was reading about that. In other words, our researchers are still trying to, I don't think this has been approved. I mean, I could be
Not yet,
mistaken.
huh?
Yeah, they're still in the process of, making sure, because what they normally do is they conduct a study, and then they do
Yeah,
a
yeah,
percentage
yeah.
of, and see
But
how
isn't it
effective
amazing that it
is.
can send a signal out to the outside the body without any
Amazing.
wires, without anything?
Amazing.
Okay, I think we have
we
your
have
I
him?
think we have your guest on the phone. You
Thank
ready?
you.
Ready?
Dr. Brian Cragen is a provider at Open Arms Medical Center, and he's going to update us about what are common illnesses, these last, 2 weeks, because he was on 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Brian. How are you and your folks there in your office?
Very, very good.
Very good. Well, we would like to give you, I guess, the floor to update us about what's going on in your practice.
Well, it's good. We're still getting through the end of, I think, the allergy season. I kind of hope it rains a little bit more and maybe some of this will dry up.
Wednesday. Wednesday's the rain day.
Oh, good. We could use it for a lot of allergy and sinus infection patients. They're still suffering a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that is really true, because last week, I had that allergy for a few days.
Oh yeah, right.
Right, and I rested, and so anyway, what else, Dr. Cragen?
After about 3 weeks ago, and after the first interview, we decided to take a little study back into the last year, and we actually found about 11 colorectal cancers in 2015.
Wow.
And we found out that about 70% of those had a previous screening in the office, not a full, colonoscopy or something like that. They actually had the little digital cards that we quite often do. Now, they're a very good test, but if they're done one time in a year, that doesn't quite meet the whole spectrum. So what we started doing was giving them 3 cards to take home with them and do it themselves and show them how. And these patients are coming back with a much greater positive rate, and these patients are then seeing that they're positive and going for their age 50 and above colonoscopy. And we're finding we're catching it a little bit earlier than we ever have. So the preventative care is just really, really important in this case. So many smokers and chewing tobacco patients are just thinking the one time a year is where they should focus their attention. And this way, we're finding out we can do it more often and catch more cases. So it's very exciting.
Well, that's interesting. So you are saying that it used to be that for smokers, you were doing once a year.
They do the annual, what's called colorectal exam, the digital exam, and we're finding out if we send them home with 3 days in a row of teaching them how to do a certain test, they're finding it more often when they bring the test back in for us to develop.
Okay.
We're finding more cases of positive, and I think maybe we need to look into that as providers and helping them out to finding even a lot earlier.
Is that the guaiac test that is to find out the blood that cannot be seen on the naked eye?
Yes, ma'am. It's a brief microscopic exam that many people say, I don't see blood in my stool, and that is true. Most people won't. But you give them the guaiac positive cards in the office, and they rely on that for a year, and then they come back for their yearly physical. But this way, they can do 3 stools in a row in the same week or even weeks apart, and they find out from our standpoint, we're actually catching more that way.
Wow, interesting.
With the colonoscopy.
Right.
It's something new, and I don't know anybody else doing it right now.
So 3 days in a row, and you have to take that home and bring it back.
Correct.
Now,
We
how?
just haven't dropped.
Okay, all right. Well, that would be one way of finding out. Now, that only detects the, if there's really blood that we cannot see ourselves, because it's digital, I believe. They call it a
Correct.
guaiac.
Digital exam.
That is
Why?
correct. Well, good information, this Monday morning, Dr. Brian, and thank you again for participating. It's always good to keep an eye and to help each other,
Right,
to take
right.
care of our health. Let me see what else.
This is just a new preventative approach that we helped develop here, that we're finding so many new preventative approaches that are exciting to catch it early, then we don't have to have such a severe case when we finally find it.
Right, and there's also, Larry just gave me good information about this camera pill.
A pill. Yeah.
Pill.
Have you heard of this, doctor?
No, many people are relying on an increased fiber, low-fat diet. And
No, this is a pill that's got a camera built into it and a light, and you swallow it, and it takes pictures of your digestive tract and sends the picture out to the doctor. That sounds like science fiction.
No, that's actually been around a little while. Many people are still using it, and I just think it's a fabulous, modern tool that's at our disposal.
Well, we'll find out more about that, I believe, and we can share as soon as we have complete information.
Yeah.
We can share that to our community. And again, it's always nice, to keep an eye on each other so that we can create a healthy community
Especially
here.
if you're getting a colonoscopy together.
Especially, yeah, that's a big deal. Thank you.
They should always remember if age 50 is a birthday gift from their doctor, that they get their colonoscopy. And if they've had a family member with direct colon cancer, they should have theirs at 40 instead of 50. So we got to get the prevention in there and make that the high priority.
Okay, yeah, well,
Good
very
information.
good, very good. Thank you so much. And again, I appreciate your time this morning, Doctor. Well, next...
well.
Thank you,
Thank
doctor.
you, and you have a good day.
You too.
Next Monday, I have a guest from the VFW Veterans Village.
All right.
And we can
In
find
Fort McCoy?
out... That is correct.
All right. All right.
And they'll be here with me. So that's all for this Monday, Larry and Robin.
Thank you, Bern. Good to see you, as always.
Good to see you, and you all have a good week.
The weather is brought to you by